Listen, man, y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth from Cooking Up 215. Listen, man, I'm off duty right now. And me being off duty, I feel like I want to start giving the people a little bit more. I be having a little 2 cents on situations that be popping up. As different artists that I like. So I'm coming up with something new. We going to call it Bridges. You know what I'm saying? We're going to call it Bridges. It's me bridging the gap. It's me taking Philly to other places and bringing other places to Philly. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna talk about some Philly shit, a lot of the Philly things that's going on at other cities and states. Of course, they want to hear about and get a little inside glimpse of what's going on. But as well as, we're gonna bring some of the outside shit. Like, it's artists from all over the world that I think are super dope that Philly don't be up on. We not up on it until it's in our street. So, you know, I'm gonna be interviewing and talking to some of those artists as well. But more so, man, we just sharing, learning, growing, talking, building. That's what we doing, man. Welcome to Bridges. It's the first episode, and I thought it was fitting that I start off with something I feel like everybody is talking about right now. That is, it's weighing heavy on my heart. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I gotta kind of chime in and give my 2 cents a little bit. And we gotta understand, we gotta remember that this is a business. This is a show. You get what I'm saying? This is a show. Cooking Up 215 is a media outlet. So that's what we do. We cover entertainment and things that's going on. And I need y'all to remember that as we move forward. Because even me, myself, um, just being me and where I come from, a lot of times I'm out of my fucking business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really into being all into shit. And when you got a job to do, you really kind of got a job to do. And sometimes it takes you to be able to do that job and do that job right. So, I say that to say, period, this Garci, Mike Knox, Oschino shit is crazy because it's like, you know, our platform is one of the platforms that, you know, is kind of in the mix of it in a sense or something. But, this is what we do as a platform. I give people the opportunity to come talk their shit, get shit off their chest, and that's just what it is. Some niggas take shit personally. Some niggas understand that it's a business. You know what I'm saying? I feel like our personal relationship should be our personal. Once it hit the internet and it's all the internet shit, it's internet shit, in my opinion. That's what it is. It's wrestling. This shit is WWE. Once it's up there, it's up there. Cause it's free to the world to laugh at, to whatever, to comment on. You know what I'm saying? And the reactions that come from the people after the things that happen on the internet, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be somewhat of an internet reaction because that's the realm that we operating in at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like nobody should be taking this serious. I feel like hopefully this will lighten it up a little bit. I feel like the shit need to be lightened up. It ain't that fucking deep. So, you know what I'm saying? Except for some things. Some things definitely did, you know, push the threshold and cross a couple lines. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. That's the reason why it also was a little bit touchy for me to like, yikes, I don't know if I really want to fuck with that or not. Or, you know what I'm saying? Cause we ain't in all that though. You know what I mean? But nah, man, fuck it. We gonna get straight into it. Like I said, this is about the Garcy-Knox and Oschino situation. At this point, this is, you know what I'm saying? All three people involved in the situation now. I want to go back to like first off. Let's start with why we saying Knox name again and everything like that. So recently, everybody know Oschino been going crazy lately. He been going crazy on Garci because Garci, said something in his DM. Now, even then, I feel like it's certain things can be interpreted certain ways, but Oschino whole thing is period. If you say something to me, period, even if you just said what's up, you can't tell me how to respond. So that kind of justifies for him taking the shit wherever he wants to take it. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much saying he could take anything he feels he want to take it somewhere, then he could do that. As a man, you can do that. So yeah, so Oschino been saying a lot of shit to Garci, and it kind of brung the knock shit back up because Oschino saying niggas names, and and I guess Knox also still was saying a little shit on the side too talking to Oschino, like, he ready. He got some mind. He could, you know, on some tag team shit. It seemed like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean. I didn't see the comment personally, but from, I guess, what Garci said in this video. But so the reason Knox came back out with a recent clip was because of this clip that, where Garci had some things to say. We're gonna get into that real quick.
Podcast that I went on after the shit happened with Knox, nigga. Name 2 podcasts. Cause Knox, you wanna be real, nigga, I could really tell what really happened out there when we seen you, nigga. If you wanna really be real, nigga, it was me and one of my homies, it was you and one of your homies, nigga. Let's really be real. Let's talk about what the real issue was, nigga. You was meeting up with us, nigga. You was talking to niggas talking about, yeah, bro, we gonna go ahead. I wanna do some management shit. We was really planning shit out together. We was talking about really handling real business. Then you started thinking, oh shit, if 50 Cent get a hold of this, you know what I'm saying? If 50 Cent see me working with niggas, this ain't never gonna work. So what you do? You go ahead and start getting on some chatty patty shit, talking about you was calling to check a situation. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. You was calling in the middle of grown men business like you always do. You was in the middle of 2 grown men business like you always. Yo, young Chris said he gonna do this, bro. Keep an eye out. Yo. Every time you hear something from somebody, you calling niggas and running back. Niggas stop talking about.
All right, we're gonna cut it right there. There's some other shit he said too. He definitely get a little deeper into the Knox shit and saying some shit directly to him. I couldn't find it and shit. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I don't know if I'm searching that deep. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm at that level of journalist yet. Do I feel like doing all that shit for y'all? If y'all appreciate it, I'll do it. So if y'all tell me y'all like extra clips and all that extra shit, then I'll do the extra shit. But for right now, that's enough to understand that Garci recently did a live and he brung back up Knox's name. But in that live, he was just clearing up all the allegations that Oschino was throwing out there. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Knox had to say after seeing Garci's, clip.
Hey, Garci, check this out, right? I seen your little temper tantrum you threw the other day, right? And you put my name and shit. Check this out, right? I don't know when you took this super duper tough pill and became super tough, but nigga, don't nobody in the city know you for doing none of that, man. You ain't known for doing none of that shit. Now, all this shit you talking about, you beat me up and all this shit, nigga, I been called you out for the Rumble, nigga. All call-outs is mandatory and you ducked it. So since you think you could do that and you act like you standing on what you could do, you got to do it now. Now you got to rumble me, nigga. Like, why put everybody else in it? We can let all our men step aside. We don't gotta risk none of our men on no type of level at all. You know what I'm saying? We can isolate this situation and me and you can handle it like men, nigga. Because you can't fuck with me with these hands, nigga. I would destroy you. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. This ain't about being super tough, nigga. I'm a man. Y'all niggas been taking my kindness for weakness. Y'all niggas been playing with me like a man after I did some man shit, some stand-up man shit. And you did some sucker-ass shit and put a video out and cut off the handshake as if you did this, that, and the third. Nigga, you know you ain't do nothing to me, nigga. You know what time it is. You playing these fucking games, I ain't playing them no more, nigga. Nobody respects you in the city for the sucker shit you doing. When the fuck you start being all tough and this, that, and the third, all this wolf talking and all that? You not cut like that, nigga. You ain't never been cut like that, nigga. At all. You got me fucked up. So now, since you came out your mouth and you said you would beat me up, nigga, now you gotta stand on that, nigga. You got to stand on that, nigga. And I'm outside. And I go any fucking way I want to go. And I say what the fuck I want to say. And I do what I want to do, nigga. Don't call my phone. I don't want to hear it, nigga. You copped the plea when I sent it out before and said, let's rumble. Now, everything was supposed to be cool after that. Now you sitting here trying to pop this shit and all that because you feel some type of way, nigga. At the end of the day, y'all niggas trolled me for months. Yeah, I trolled you back, nigga. And your fucking artist still got that shit on his page. So the same way he was acting 50 Cent and all that shit with that video, make sure he act the video when I knock you the fuck out. And we could do this shit in a ring. We could put up any money you want to put up. We could do it. I'm tired of playing with y'all niggas. You got me fucked up, nigga. Now you got a nightmare that you can't fucking handle. Tell your man stand out the way, because I'm going to put you the fuck to sleep. And when we done doing it, nigga, we can have an after party at your fucking club. You suck ass, nigga. Hey, Garci, check this out.
Now, see, now I feel like, right, I'm gonna be all the way a being with you. I feel like that reaction that you getting from Knox is cause you ever let a nigga like kind of like slide one time and it's like, later on you regret letting him slide. Like he might have nan and the booed you or some shit, whatever. But that next time you like, man, I get the chance. I'm gonna really let niggas know how I feel, or you know what I'm saying. But I feel like it's a sense of redemption. He got to go off because everybody, or I ain't even gonna say everybody, just the internet took the apology video and ran with it how they ran with it. And the crazy part to me though, which I had the conversation with Knox, like, and I had the conversation with Garci. Garci don't never come off on no trolling Knox shit about that video. Like honestly, he starts the conversation off when he comes on cooking up and say he not here to kick nobody while they down. He kept it real humble and real chill, if I must say so myself. You know what I'm saying? And the problem that I know that Knox had, that Knox issue was that he took the handshake off at the end of the video. Now I'm not gonna hold you. The handshake, you could say it's some malice in the fact that they took the handshake off the end of the video, or they wanted to cut it to make it look a certain way. But I'm not gonna hold you. The handshake not being at the end of that video, honestly, was not that wasn't the thing. Like that wasn't what made the joint a bad joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told that, like, I feel like I voiced that enough to Knox to know, like, it wasn't even about the handshake not being in it. It just was everything about that video. Like, just when that video came on, like, as I'm scrolling on Instagram and I see that video pop up, the whole joint I was cringing the whole time. Like, you ever see, nasty work. That's just what it felt like. And yes, I get what Knox was saying, where he was like, I'm trying to be a grown man. I'm talking to my brothers. I should be able to pull up and apologize to my brothers. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's one of them joints. Like, I don't even really know what to say. I don't even know how. What could he have said? What could he have did to make it better, to make it not come off the way it came off? Even with the handshake, like, I really want to see if I could pull that shit up. If I could pull up that handshake, let me see, man, cause it just don't. It ain't make that much of a difference. Like, honestly, it's like, yeah, you could see that Garci said he respected and all that type shit, but it wasn't. It wasn't the end all be all. Like it didn't make it non. It didn't really take away from how everybody felt about it, and that's what, honestly, what the problem was the internet and how they was gonna run with it regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was kind of nothing he could have done. When you sitting there apologizing to a man and you saying sorry to another man through the camera, it just had a vibe to it. But I get it though, and I can't say that it wasn't stand up shit. Apologizing when you wrong is something that you should do. We definitely can't knock that and make it seem like that's some nut ass shit. It's just the internet, bro. The internet took it and they turned that shit into a joke. And I feel like, honestly, the same way Garci said it, like, that's where it became an issue for Knox, because of everything that everybody was saying. And that's gonna make anybody feel some way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas keep saying, oh, you a nut, you did this. I ain't no fucking nut. Eventually, I'm gonna get upset. Y'all calling me a fucking nut. You trying to say I did some bitch ass shit. And then the niggas who I did it for, they ain't really coming and stepping forward and saying the opposite. Even though he did. Even though I feel like Garci did, though. He did. Came on the show and he said all it was a conversation. He said it was not on no extra shit like that. Now for with Ryder taking it and putting it in the song and leaving the clip up or whatnot, you can't. The beef right now ain't between Knox and Ryder. It's between Garci and Knox. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if that's who if your problem is with Garci, then it can't be based off of some shit that his artist did. Because everybody in everybody's squad, especially being from Philly, we all got that nigga who don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody else is ready to squash the beef, he don't give a fuck. That nigga is ready to go to war just because he missed going to war sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So he just waiting on a nigga to say something or do something. So he poke at niggas. And you could tell a nigga like that, come on, bro, you drunk. And sometimes I have that nigga, bro. I got a couple of those niggas. And that's just what they do. But if I was the fuck hell responsible for everything them niggas did, sheesh, man, I'd still be dealing with shit. You get what I'm saying? But you can't hold your little nigga, your homie responsible, or a homie responsible for another homie. Then your beef would have to be with that guy if that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel like I've been said, once it hit the internet, it was just internet shit. And people could take it and do what they want once it's on the internet, honestly. That's just what it is. I mean, I feel like it's to a certain degree. And I ain't playing with everything. Like certain shit is being played with right now. Yeah. It's a no-fly zone. But if people got their reasons or they feel like they got their reasons and they could do that, then hey, that's on people. But let's get into this handshake part. Like, I ain't gonna play the whole thing because I ain't trying to make it seem like I'm on some shit against Knox. I just want to show just the handshake part. Like, you get what I'm saying? Just so we could really sit down together and ask ourselves, like, does this change the narrative of the video? Let's get into it.
And that's as a man. Respect. Respect that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and maybe I gotta play the maybe the whole thing will need to be played for you to be able to get it. But I sat here and I watched the whole thing top to bottom, and that video has the handshake, and that's the crazy part. So that means like all the other videos, because that was on First 48. So that mean like who page only like one page had it without the handshake, or two pages at the most. It was Rada and Garci had it without the handshake, but the handshake, it's at the end. That ain't where the damage was not done at the end of that video. It was all in the middle of that joint, and I get it. And you got niggas who come in and they saying like, if y'all brothers and you apologizing, it shouldn't be getting recorded and getting put on the internet. Now, as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Knox said to me that he was the one who suggested to make the video. So it wasn't even on no shit like where like Garci and them was like, yeah, nigga, apologize on this camera. Like, nah, he wanted to make the video and do the video. Now, what I will say is, I believe honestly. All right, let's keep it a bean. We keeping it a buck. Let's keep it a fucking buck. Knox did what he did, and somehow ended up on the other side when it come to Meek Mill. Meaning, like, he ended up clashing with Meek based off of whatever he did when it comes down to the dropping diss tracks and all that sort of extra shit or whatever. So now they clashing with each other. Now, I feel like, Knox understood or understands that it's better to have Meek as a friend than as an enemy. Not on some Meek gonna get you dealt with type shit, just period. If you're in music and entertainment, you want a nigga like Meek as your homie because that's just what you want. It's good for business. It's like, do you want to be, you want Jay-Z against you or you want Jay-Z with you? all right, common fucking sense. You want him with you. You know why? It's potential deals, it's potential business that could be done in the future. You don't know what the future holds, but you don't want to also count yourself out of that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Knox thing was like, damn, we homies. I ain't gonna burn that bridge like that. You know, ain't no telling we might be able to still build something for the future. And he wanted to do his apology in the fashion he felt as though he needed to do it in order to mend that situation. And it just so happened that it did not go over the same way once it hit the internet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what the problem was, and that's all it was. Once the video hit the joint, it was like, yeah, Knox could feel up some way because they cut the handshake off, but it was like even with the handshake, niggas was gonna judge it how they judged it, and that was that's what it was gonna be. Now to the Oschino part of this shit, right? The Oschino part is like, oh crazy. You know what I'm saying? I talked to everybody think that I put that video up too, where I show where Garci said what he said and then O said what he said. Honestly, it was something that me and Oschino had already talked about. Oschino was the one that called me and said that this your fault shit, all that type shit. Well, it was joking his banner, like, we got mutual acquaintances and old heads and friends and shit, so it just was like, you know, they put us on the line and we just talked about it type shit. They ain't even the first time I talked to Oschino. That was the most recent time. But yeah, originally though, when the Garci joint came out, before I even knew who Garci was talking about, I ran into Oschino at the State Property concert, the joint that he started beefing with Freeway and all that shit over. I was there when he performed. Like, I was sitting there. I'm talking to like Greg G's at the time, and like came off the stage, and it's like all of us start talking, and then like we start talking about the show, and got like, you know what I mean? Like, man, fuck that joint type shit. Like, he ain't saying no crazy. This like, but there was animosity where he had an issue with me in the platform off of something somebody else said that I didn't even know was about him. Even if I did know it was about him, yeah, the shit still would have aired just because this person said what they said. You know what I'm saying? Only time I'm really chopping shit up is if it's like some dire shit. Like, I'm not playing with all the other shit. The other shit, like, y'all know what I'm talking about. The other shit, I don't play that type shit. That's just not how we get down. We ain't doing that, period. Like, that's just not me. For anybody that, you know what I mean? For all parties involved, I wouldn't play that type of game with nobody. But yeah, no, he felt some way at first and all that type shit. But we talked about it. But yeah, that ain't the first time where motherfuckers somebody say somebody's name and then I get the phone call and people really be having attitudes because I feel like people must think that I'm in like cahoots and I know like these people about to say whatever they about to say, and I'm giving these people the platform to disrespect them or something like that. Like, nah, that ain't the plan. But a person had some shit on their mind they wanted to get off, then they wanted to get it off. You know what I'm saying? And the same way I did with Knox and Garci, if you feel like you want your opportunity to come and, speak your piece on the shit, then shit, you more welcome to come on and speak your piece about the shit. We're going to keep it respectful, honorable. We're going to make sure everybody, you know what I mean, talk as men. And that's that. Like, the fuck, we grown. That's how I feel at the end of the day. We grown. We should be able to say how we feel, have our conversations. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But, yeah, so with the Oschino shit, though, this is something that goes back, right? So his issue, Oschino's original issue, is with Meek Mill. Oschino felt the way that Meek Mill didn't repost his album after Oschino posted Meek Mill's album. And so Oschino dropped his album, went on Meek's page and seen that it was disabled. Now, and this my twist, right? Sometimes niggas gotta understand that there's always two sides to a story. And I'm not taking up for nobody. I'm not creating no excuse for Meek Mill, but after I recently heard the story and it was from Oschino's mouth, it just hit me like, Well, that shit, you probably started that shit because whole time it's like I know how the industry be. Like a lot of times, Meek cuts off his Instagram for real. For I feel like every time he about to drop, or sometimes it could be some shit going on. It could be some legal shit he going through, and you know, your shit. You famous. You might just be tired of all the extra shit. So it cuts his Instagram off. So Oschino sees that he cuts his Instagram off, and I guess he makes a post and say like, "Damn, I know this nigga Meek ain't cut his Instagram off because I asked him to post my joint." Now that's the way your mind works. When it's your mind, like when shit go missing in my house, I'm automatically like calling my kids thieves. And every time I end up finding it, I done lost it. But that's just how it go. I'm like, yo, who took my shit? Like I know one of y'all did it. That's just like where your mind go. You start thinking certain ways just based off how you feel. I feel like my kids stay touching stuff. So every time some shit go missing, I automatically lean towards these niggas must have touched my shit. So he already probably felt in his mind like it was a slim chance that Meek wasn't gonna post his joint or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever he might have felt. Or he just soon as he seen that and the fact that he knew his album was coming out or he was dropping it, for him those two things clicked. This gotta be the reason why Meek disabled his Instagram. And whole time, Meek probably not even thinking about it. Meek, it probably was off his mind at that moment. But had, Oschino played it differently versus putting up whatever he put in his Instagram and he would have just hit him like, yo, bro, I see your gram there, whenever you get a chance or whenever, or throw it on your Twitter. I don't fucking know. Like, he could have put it on anything. He just could have talked to the nigga about it first, prior to. But yeah, I'm sure Meek Mill reaction was like, nigga, I don't owe you shit. And even then, yeah, I'm sure that could be up for interpretation because of all the shit that Oschino said he was doing for Meek. But who knows? I don't really know what Meek then did or what favors he could have called in for over the years. Nobody knows, honestly. I don't. Until me and O sit down and really talk about shit, all we know is what's being told to us so far. But yeah, I feel like that right there was one of them situations where lack of communication, just like all nigga issues. It's always just a lack of communication where though you thought something meant something and it had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's just how shit go. Niggas be thinking is this and is that and it really was none of the above. And then it turns into a whole situation. And now we here. And it's just like up and kind of stuck. It's like ain't no real, walking it down. Now I guess I'm sure Meek don't give a fuck to walk it back down. It's just one less nigga he owes something to, one less nigga he gotta give something to in a world of motherfuckers that feel like he owes them something or should be doing something for them type shit. It's fucking. You know what I'm saying? The old shit, old gonna milk it. Oh, like all right, now I got a legitimate excuse to do what I'm doing and feel how I feel, and I'm do what I want to do with it. It's a grown man, gonna do what you gonna do. Now when it come into Garci and Oschino, this is the thing. You on live. Somebody asks you the rider thing. Now for Garci, I seen what Garci said. Like I'm on live. I could pick which which comment I could really choose. Yeah, you can pick, and that's the thing. It stuck out to him. That it probably was like 10 other comments, but that rider joint stuck out because he know that that's part of the camp that he low key sending the shots at. So yeah, he gonna read that one. And in my opinion, he didn't say anything disrespectful. He did compliment him, but it do cast doubt. It's like, oh, like you. As soon as I saw that, I said, somebody gonna say something. I didn't know who was gonna respond or who was gonna do what, but I'm like, they know they not gonna take this light because now you pretty much throwing a little shade when you say he did some nut shit I ain't like, so I don't listen to him. So it's like pretty much saying he a nut ass nigga, so I ain't listen to his music, but he a good rapper. Just calling a spade a spade. Like if a person do some nut shit, they nutty in a sense, and niggas gonna start wondering, or somebody gonna say, yeah, you heard Oschino so say X, Y, and Z is nutty, and now niggas got to deal with the backlash, all that shit, and everybody feeling like they could run around with this other narrative. I feel like the Garci thing is like we gotta remember when Garci started all this stuff. Like when he started, pretty much. I guess like people want to say he's defending Meek Mill or whatever. I just say, a nigga riding for their team. Take it how y'all want to take it, right? Because at a point in time, it's the same shit we seen before. So a lot of niggas keep acting like this ain't no shit we ain't seen before. Like this all some new shit. Like we ain't seen Beans and Jada kids go at it because fucking Jay-Z and Jada was going at it. Like y'all not. That's what happened. I'm sure Jim Jones done went at a lot of niggas because of Cameron. That's just how it's hip hop. That's how I look at this shit. It's hip hop. End of the day, Meek Mill is a rapper. And I feel like we keep on trying to take the hip hop shit and make it some street shit. And it's entertainment. A lot of you niggas is crossing into the entertainment because you taking whatever grievances you have online. And I feel like once you take shit online, like I said before, that shit is WWE. And now niggas is free to do what the fuck they want to do with it. We could go up to the moon, we could go crazy, we could do whatever. Because it's on the internet and somebody's laughing about this shit somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It can't be taken too serious. And I feel like all of us is over the age of 35. All y'all is definitely over the age of 35. Like we all grown. Everybody got kids. Everybody is trying to provide for their family. I don't see anybody really honestly on some real life shit trying to take this shit to the point of no return. You know what I'm saying? Cause we really too old. But let me get back on track, man. As what I was saying was the point when Garci stepped in and they talking about the Dean shit, bro. It was a lot of niggas. It was a lot of shit being thrown Meek way. It was like left and right. Academics was leading the fucking choo-choo train. You know what I'm saying? He had niggas come up to the show, left and right, and he himself was saying a whole bunch of shit. It just really was like and not even including all the other propaganda that was being thrown down on Meek. So if we know and we look at hip hop the way we objectively should be looking at hip hop and not just trying to judge it because it's Meek and he from Philly and we know him as Garci, he from Philly, we know him as Knox, he from Philly, we know him. Just look at it like hip hop. It's hip hop. When somebody team is being disrespected, at some point that team has to start defending itself. They cannot let niggas keep running around playing with their name. That's just what we witnessed throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? Like when it was like Death Row. If a nigga said Suge name, it was niggas who was jumping on that nigga for Suge. It wasn't always Suge. You know what I'm saying? The same way, like Bad Boy or whatever. I don't know who the fuck. All these niggas did that shit though. Like it's stories for days where it's always somebody talking about how somebody said somebody like 50 Cent shit. Like I'm sure somebody say the wrong thing and Tony Yayo run into him first, it might be up. If he running on Uncle Murder first, it might be up. If this was back in the day, we know it was up. Like, you get what I'm saying? If it still was back when niggas had Game and Young Buck and all that cool shit, we already know. Like, we seen it. We witnessed it. So, me personally, I don't feel like it's anything new. We just, we trying to put make it something else. You try to turn it into some regular shit like Garci's a regular guy and he's jumping out the fucking plane to cover for Meek. Like, nah, they're running on the same team. And if anything, that man is invested in that. He's putting time and energy behind that. So once you putting time and energy behind something, you gotta protect what you putting time and energy behind. Because for real, if Meek go ahead and fall because of the allegations or fall because people start to think he a joke and all that shit, the whole brand falls. So if people start playing with him, they start playing with everybody too much. You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if a nigga is eating with somebody, and I hate that people gonna be, oh, yeah. I'm just looking at this shit realistically, dog. Like, because at the end of the day, we always keep trying to talk about some street shit. Like, think about this shit, like, for real. So back in the day when niggas had blocks and all that shit, and you had the nigga who ran the block and was putting the work out on the block and was making sure everybody had what they need in order to feed their family. Bro, all the little niggas going to war about that boy. We gotta protect him. That's what we gotta do because he helping us make sure we eat. He keeping us fed out this joint. Not saying that Meek is feeding niggas, but period, he got a lane. That's the lane that they are using in order to eat and feed themselves. They gotta protect that. That's just like common sense though. And I feel like we've been around this for years. But because of who it is, that's why we want to change the rules and make it on some weird shit. Like if this was other niggas that wasn't from our city, I don't feel like, we wouldn't have had shit to say. Like if it was like who the nigga Shiesty, Pooh Shiesty was signed to the Gucci man. If a nigga said something to Gucci and then Pooh Shiesty, came at the niggas would be like, ooh, Shiesty right at that nigga. Yeah. Like, niggas would have been thinking, like, oh, he carrying it for his team. What we doing? Like, we know Philly's known for niggas. Like, niggas do that. You know what I mean? Some niggas love to do some shit like that. I don't know, man. That's just how shit was. Like, I know for a fact it was niggas like, shit, now I still got niggas like, man, my cousins and all them. You think if you said my name or something like that, them niggas wasn't playing about me? That's just what the fuck it was. That's just how niggas rock. If you fuck with somebody or you care for somebody for real, you ain't about to play with mine either. I'm gonna let you know you doing too much. And I feel like that's what it came down to. He's sitting around and all these other niggas is saying and playing with this man's name that he's running around eating with. At some point, niggas gonna start judging him. For real, let's be real. Like, dang, you keep letting all them niggas play with your man name like that. Niggas gonna look at the whole team crazy, like, or niggas gonna be a Meek air, like, yo, these niggas don't even really ride for you for real. Like, I don't even know why you got them niggas around. Like, they niggas is doing this and doing that, and I don't see nobody saying nothing, doing nothing. It's part of the game. And I think at the end of the day, everybody allowed to respond how the fuck you want to respond for it. Then, because y'all grown. Like we said before. It is what it is. Everybody got to take what come with whatever you do. Whatever your response is. The same way if Garci say something on behalf of the team, just like right now, he's taking whatever everybody else got to say about it. And it's vice versa, back and forth. End of the day, niggas is grown. And I don't think it's that deep. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hope all that other shit, that extra shit, yeah. Hey. I don't even, you know what I mean? I don't think nobody like playing like that or playing with that. Ain't really nothing to play with at all. But, you can't tell anybody how to respond or what to do. We all got our own, sets of guidelines and morals that we got to hold ourselves to. And that's it, man. End of the day, Niggas just gotta, remain thorough in their own right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you gotta be happy with yourself. You gotta look at yourself and be like, damn, am I comfortable with this or comfortable with that? And that's all. That's all that is to it. But I just wanted to give a rundown on the situation. I could have missed some shit. I don't know. I'm just trying some shit, just seeing. But I just really just kind of wanted to speak my piece. I ain't really see nobody break it down and give their own, opinion that was like really from the city. I seen like outside niggas talking about it, but these niggas ain't even niggas from the city. Nor did they sit down with each party to even really, in my opinion, have everything to even really be able to speak on it. But yeah, man, that's just how I feel about it. You already know, man. It's your boy Smooth. Welcome to Bridges, man. And we out of here. Let's go.